Hello and welcome to Mindful Minecraft. This is Create Chronicles and I'm your host Andrew. Now, you might be looking around here and thinking none of this looks familiar. Well, that's because in between episodes, I did a lot of work. This is a server, so I kind of have to keep on track with everyone else. I did have a bunch of recording mix-ups, but we're gonna amend all of that this episode. So I hope you're ready, because this is our brand new iron farm. Last episode we had our iron farm completely in one, tower machine with everything on it, and it was super inefficient. Although it did make us a ton of andesite alloys, I'm kind of more focused on just the iron right now. But honestly, our main focus this video isn't even going to be this stuff. It's going to be Ars Nouveau. I really want to get into Ars Nouveau because it gives us a lot of freedom and a lot more automation choices for some mob drops and some things that we wouldn't necessarily have access to if we didn't use it, or we would kind of be pigeonholing ourselves, and that's not really what we're about here. This is by no means the most efficient, but it's efficient enough to get us rolling and stockpiling some iron, because believe it or not, the iron is probably the most important resource of all resources in any mod pack. You always grossly misunderestimate how much you have or how much you're going to need, and so just having a stockpile isn't going to hurt us. I honestly much rather have access to rotation mechanisms at any point, fully automated, and then same thing with the andesite casings. We can automate those, and then that way we're not pigeonholed by a lack of machines, and we can just craft them whenever we want. And I honestly think that's the best course of action for us at this point in time. So while I go work on Ars Nouveau, I think we should leave this iron farm going and getting us enough resources that we can actually like bulk craft some stuff. That way if we need 10 drills, we can go grab 10 drills and we don't have to worry about it. But other than that, I think let's go get into Ars Nouveau. Now you'll see here in the quest book, we have a lot to do. Everything here has different sources and different uses, but there's something really special here that we need to pay attention to, and that's this Starbuncle charm. They're kind of like a little chipmunk mob, and we might be able to go find some, but we've got a decent amount of these things back at base. Yes, I did indulge in Tom's. So if we go ahead and we look at ours and our system here, if you don't know this, if you type in @ and then whatever the mod name is, right? So @ SOP for sophisticated storage or backpacks, it'll just show you those mods. That's just a helpful tip I always like using. But we'll go back to ours here, and we have these Starbuncle tokens, right? And we've got a couple of them. If we were to use these in an enchanting apparatus, we could get a Starbuncle charm, and then if we mix one Starbuncle charm with one water wheel, we get a Starbuncle wheel. And these things are insane. If you put one block of gold in front of it, it'll do, I believe, 256 RPM at 2048 stress units. It's pretty good. It's really good if you just need a decently powerful, fast stress unit source, and you want to kind of condense something, or you only need power in one spot on a bigger system. So these are always great. But I want to get started. But we need to get an enchanting apparatus, which means we need to get diamonds, and we need to get some more gold. Let's go through here and let's mark what we need through the Ars quest book. So to start, we need to make a novice spell book, and that's pretty simple. It's just a a book with some iron tools. Let's get our tools here. Now this spell book is super strong. It gives us a wide range of things we can do. We get to make individual spells with this thing. There we go. There's our first book. Press the C key. We can make a spell. So let's do projectile break. And we'll just name the spell break. Now, if I was to stand here and shoot this, it breaks a log for us at range, which is super helpful. There's like a magnet one you can do. So if I was mining, you know, down in the mines and there's something on the ceiling I can't reach, I could always just blast it and then that would show up in my inventory. So that's another cool little piece to it, but we got a ways to go before we can get that. Now what else do we have? So we need Archwood logs. We gotta go find some Archwood logs. Luckily, we are right next to some Archwood forests. You know, at spawn here. But we've got one just right over the hill. I think it would be smart to get a sawmill. And then a hand crank. And then let's go get ourselves some Ars trees. I think we could get away with just running up there. In between last episode and now, I have had some major losses. I've lost one of those giant mining contraptions just to lava. I lost all of my gear and all of my enchanted tools to that same lava. I was just not doing okay. I was kind of down bad. It was not ideal. So we're kind of restarting here. Okay, so you'll see here we've got our tree. This might not break, so we'll have to try twice. No, it worked. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and grab our archwood here. I'd like to get one of every single tree because we will need each individual type of wood. So it's good to have those saplings. That was what? The flourishing. Let's get the vexing. Okay, yeah, see, this won't work. Gotta be ground level. We gotta at least break these. One of the other players on the server ended up spending a ton of time on the villagers in a spot, and he got us all bending, fortune, everything. So we're very grateful for him right now. Okay, there's 2 trees, and we need to get the, what's this one? Blazing. And then there's a yellow one. And that'll give us a decent start on the types. And then at least just that raw wood, basically. Maybe this will work. Yeah, it worked for the last one, as long as it's on that ground level. Okay, so now we need the yellow one. Flashing. Like this one's not gonna work. Gonna do it on the, yeah, the outer. Oh, that took 2 down. Oh Lord. Okay, I'll take it. I'm not gonna complain. I wonder how much of that tree we just lost on that water. Okay. I think that's good for now. We've got our Archwood and we got saplings. Now we should head back to base. See what we can get up to with this. So we've got everything here in our inventory. I'm going to go ahead and dump it all. And then let's go back to the quest book. So we need Archwood planks. Let's go ahead and make some of those. All right. And then we're going to need a scribe's table, but these imbuement chambers are really important. Let's go ahead and let's make a couple of these. All right. I'm going to go ahead and make like a stack Archwood. And then let's make, let's say 4. The healthy amount. And then we need lapis. I know we're going to need lapis. Let's just get a stack of that. And you'll see here, to create one of the main crafting items in Ars, the source gem, we'll need to make an imbuement chamber. The imbuement chamber requires source to imbue items. It produces a small amount of source by itself or will draw from source jars 2 blocks away. We got to make these source jars, but we're going to need a farm that is able to constantly keep this source coming into us. So I'm going to do an agronomic source link because this will allow us to just grow crops and it'll make it for us. Let's go grab some wheat from out here. I have a decent little stockpile. And let's just make one of these. Then we'll have to make a source jar too. We've got one agronomic source link. And let's make that source jar. Now we've got the basics, what we're going to do here. But I can show you how this works and how we make these source gems. So essentially, we just put our lapis in here and these will start going. They'll start imbuing it. They have base source production. But if we were to then put, you know, let's just say a source jar right here, and then that's picking up source via a farm, it'll fill this up. And these will all pull from that source jar instead. And we'll have extra speed on this. It's not just that base, I believe, two source per tick type thing. Let's go ahead and pick that stuff up, and then we're gonna let these go, and I'll let these turn into source gems, and I'll be right back with you. So we just got our source gems from that. Go take a peek at everything else. So we got another source jar. We need to make source stone, because in order for us to make the enchanting apparatus, we're going to need this source stone, and then we need a diamond. So we're going to have to go mining, and we'll use our new contraption to do that. But how do we do source stone? We just surround 1 source gem by 8 stone of any kind. Let's just grab that. Go in here. Let's make 16. Oh, not working. Just do a polished. I think that's just cobblestone thing. There we go. So we just made a bunch of source stone because we are going to need a ton of this. And we can start in on making some more source gems. Let's handle these pillagers while we wait for those. Where you at, buddy? Oh, you're up there. Oh, and down here. Yikes. Just breaking my gear. And then these guys up here. Oh, Lord. there's one more. These marauders, they hurt. Yikes. Will he come to me? No. He will not pathfind to me. Got him. Okay. Back in our base here. That stuff back. Got that bad omen. I think we've got a bucket of milk. We do. How wonderful. No more worry for us. Yeah, let's grab these source gems. And then let's go ahead and craft our arcane pedestals. These are also really simple. We're going to need 8 of these at minimum for the imbuement. I believe we can take these here and put 1 in the middle and 4 to 8 of them around it. And then we can craft like essences and different things like that. But first we got to make the actual pedestals. Let's go ahead and let's do that. Just start with 4. Gotta remember, I gotta keep these going because we need a ton of these source gems. Then we could basically do something like this and that. And then we put our items on the outside and the one item in the middle there. But we need 8 of these. Okay, so we've got our 8 arcane pedestals. Now we can do rituals with those as well, because we need to make a ritual brazier, but that takes 1 of those. And you'll look in here at ours, we have a couple of those rituals ready to go. Each one of these has like a different thing associated with it. That's not too important right now, but it will be. And then here we go. Now we've unlocked the enchanting apparatus. We got to go get that diamond. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clear my bags out here. And then I'm going to get a setup to go mining. And we'll go get, let's just say, like a stack of diamonds. And then I'll be back with you once we're ready to go mining. Okay, so I've got everything on me here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move down this mine. I've got a couple spots for us to go. This was my my little mining endeavor earlier, but we just need to get down to diamond level. You can see we have a ton of andesite. That's why I'm not really worried about the andesite production. This base is literally right on top of an andesite cave. We did 1 pass that way. I think it'd be smart if we maybe went this way. One thing we've got to be mindful of though is torches. I didn't bring any with me. That's not going to happen, but this will give us decent little amount of diamonds. At least it should. I'm also kind of tempted to go a little bit lower. Let's do minus 40, 50, 40. Let's go right here. 46. Then we just got to open this up. We can fit our contraption down here. I need to take a measurement of how long it is so I know every time. I hear lava to our left, and I've kind of got a little bit of PTSD from the last time I did this. I've had to retrieve this mining contraption from multiple lava lakes, and it's cost me a lot of sanity. But you know, that should work right there. Let's go ahead and let's put our rail down, our cart assembler down, and then we need to right click right here on this movement and make it lock rotation. Okay. I think we're good to go. Now we need to open this up, put our coal and our rails in, and then put our lever on. Now it's going. And then we're gonna hop up here. We just gotta be ready to grab this thing as soon as we encounter lava, if we encounter lava. This doesn't sound good. Obsidian or something? No idea. But we just got to be ready to right click this thing with our wrench fast as possible. I am going to pick up all the excess ores. Like so. And then we can kind of just ride this thing wherever it goes. But I definitely urge anyone who uses these mining contraptions to be careful, because they're not easy to get back if you get stuck somewhere. I'll be back with you guys when I find some diamonds. We just keep rolling right along into these diamonds. We're already at 42, and we've, well, only journeyed from here to here at this level specifically, so that's not too bad. And then we've got stuff like this, like the deep slate lead ore. These later game create ores I'm gonna need a ton of, and I should probably stockpile on them now, because I tend to totally forget that I'm gonna need stuff later on. So I just don't put the effort in grabbing it, but this go around I think I should be a little more mindful of that. This is how I'm gonna do it. I hear water. Last thing I want is water and lava mixing in the middle of my contraption here, because it'll break it. But these are like kind of devoid of any mechanics that have to do with water or lava. The only thing that will cause it to break is if like a cobblestone block is created right where that actual minecart is, and so that can get kind of tricky. Gotta wait for this to pass so we can grab that deep slate lithium. Almost missed some diamonds. I'll clear there. What are we at? We're at 49. Once I hit a stack, I think I'll take it back. We're gonna need a ton of brass. We gotta always collect our zinc when we can. We're at 56 diamonds now. And I hear lava. We're kind of cutting it close here. I don't know if I like that. More diamonds. I think that's it for us. We can actually just take this thing and move on. Go ahead and do that. before we get greedy. But yeah, a stack into 8, not bad. Plus whatever's in the minecart contraption. I didn't even check. We've got two more. Let's go. 74 diamonds for. Oh, I would do that. Gotta remember to put this down. Do that. 74 diamonds for what? A couple hundred blocks of movement and what? I think it was probably like 5 minutes. This is one thing I always got to make sure I do is mine these, put torches down. So the last thing you want to do, die somewhere that the chunks aren't loaded, and then lose your stuff like me. Learn from my mistakes. Don't want to forget the zinc. And I'll do a separate tutorial on how to set these contraptions up because they are so handy. Yeah, all the XP we can. All right. And now we travel upwards and let's go set up our enchanting apparatus, and then we'll work on a smaller scale create farm in order to actually make this work and get ourselves a bunch of source farmed up. I went ahead and I saved that spider spawner because our buddy who did all the other spawners was asking specifically for a spider spawner, and now we've got one located and it's pretty close here. That scared me. I put that there, but that scared me. There's monsters nearby, huh? It's just on the other side there. Whatever. Go ahead. Take bountiful little reward and put it away. And we should make this enchanting apparatus. We need one enchanting apparatus and one arcane core. Okay. Are we out of gold? I think we're out of gold. Yeah. Okay, well, good thing I got this. Go ahead and just smelt this up real quick. I just need a furnace. I just broke down my bulk smelter, so that's gonna be how this goes. Wait for that to smelt up and make some more source gems while we're at it. Okay, now I think we can go ahead and make that arcane core. And what is that? The enchanting apparatus. Now we've got everything we need to go ahead and infuse Starbuncle charms and get these made. That's honestly all there really is to it at this point. We just need 4 gold ingots and 1 Starbuncle token for every Starbuncle charm. I believe we've got, what, 8 of these? We could start with just 1 of these. I'll show you how we're gonna make this. We can just go ahead and go down here. I did have a little setup over here. This is our little individual crafting thing we got going on. If we just need, you know, to press a couple sheets or do some andesite alloys, but we're not worried about that right now. We're worried about this. Go ahead and let's put the enchanting apparatus and the arcane core down. And then we need to follow the pattern. 8 of these all the way around. Missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm missing 1. Oh, I think we we used one to craft that. But make one more. We went ahead and we put our gold in there, and then our one Starbuncle token thing. What is this? Yeah, token. And we're gonna get one Starbuncle charm out of this. There we go. And if we just place that, we've got Fisher. Fisher can help us with some other things, but we're not worried about that right now. I don't have the method to pick him up yet. We're gonna have to just inhumanely smack him. But we do have water wheels. We can get our first Starbuncle wheel. And then conveniently, we've got 9 gold. You can see we've got enough for 1 block. If we went ahead, we put him down like that, he's making 256 stress units at this speed here. And if we put a block of gold in front of him, gonna start to speed up, unless they nerfed this. I think they might have nerfed this. Let's see what the gimmick is here. Increases the RPM, but slightly increases the RPM. But that'll do. This is something really cool because we no longer need water wheels with water, and we can condense this down to one thing, which is super nice. And this will power what looks to be 2 of those, 2 of these presses, which is also super nice. Although I will say they did absolutely nerf this. This used to be so much faster. It might just be pack specific, but I think you get the picture on how powerful this Starbuncle wheel can be because we no longer need that water. So now that we've got our little Starbuncle friend here, let's see what other cool stuff we can make and do using Ars Nouveau. I think this has been a pretty good step, but we need a way to make source, and we also need a way to spend that source. So let's jump right into that. So we've got a backpack full of Ars stuff here, but I think we should probably pick up our Starbuncle friend here, put him in there, grab our block of gold, and then it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to make a little create tree farm or a little harvester. I think we can get away with the harvesters. Then what else do we need? We need linear chassis. Yep. And then mechanical bearing, glue, and then a portable storage interface. So here we've got our limited spruce barrel with our source berries. We've got a mechanical bearing, 2 portable storage interfaces, some linear chassis, some mechanical harvesters, some glue, and then we've got our source links, our source jars, our imbuement chambers, our pedestals. We have everything we need to get started with a little farm utilizing our source. But first we need a hoe. And honestly, I think I'm gonna be reckless. Why not, you know? I put on this. Make it worth our while. Boom. There goes that. We need a new one of those. And then we should probably grab some buckets and some water. And then I want to go make a little spot for this farm. And if there's anything I've learned about create, it's that you need to spread your stuff out. So I'm going to go find a spot to build this farm. You see, we've already got everything we need to make it. Let's go make it happen. So I've got a couple items here. We need to turn these into a Dominion wand. So if we go ahead and we look in our quest book here, we see we need a Dominion wand. And these Dominion wands have a ton of uses, right? So we can use them to send source all over the place using these different source relays. Or we can use them to command all these different Ars Nouveau creatures that are basically our helpers. So we need one of these no matter what. I already made one, but for some reason I keep running into an issue where if I die, like my tombstone, it disappears. I cannot figure it out. It's been plaguing me this entire time. So I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this stuff in, and we can continue to do things. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put our wrench in here, and this thing's gonna do its work. And this is gonna turn into a Dominion wand. There we go. Now what do we do with the Dominion wand? You can see here, this is sending to one location, taking from one location. And the way I've got this set up, let's go around this way. Probably a little easier. So I've got these agronomic source links, right? And when our source berries grow, and by the way, this can be any kind of crop. Source berries just produce more source. We're going to replace this in quarters. So 1 quarter is going to be Magebloom, 1 quarter is going to be wheat, and then the rest of this will just remain as source berries. But basically, source gets sent to these agronomic source links, and then you've got a source jar, right? These source links send it into the source jar, and then we have a source relay. Now if I shift right click on the source relay with my Dominion wand, you'll see there it says no entity, no location set, side sensitive. So I'm gonna right click on the source jar, and you'll see position set. It's taking source, right? Now we'll take and we'll right click this, and then we'll right click this source jar here, and you'll see it says relay set send to. So it's taking source from this jar, putting it in the relay, sending it from the relay over to this source jar into our enchanting apparatus. Basically, if we were to look at this enchanting apparatus and what we can do with it, you'll see there's a ton of different items and different things we can do with this that require source. So we can just make things and it doesn't require extra source. But if we want to enchant things, you can see here, we can literally just make a protection 5 book with some essence, a block of diamond, source gem, and protection 4. I think that per enchant, instead of levels, we just use our source basically to get these enchants. Now we do have a villager trading area. However, if we really want to get something special, or we want to try our hand at enchanting through this, I think that'd be pretty reasonable and we can handle that. But overall, this is just our source farm. It is getting us a decent amount of source berries here. And what I like to do is I like to grow wheat and do 3 stacks of wheat to 1 stack of source berry. Pretty decent bit of food there and saturation. So I'm a big fan of Ars, and so far this is super cool. I need to get a spell book, because when I died I lost literally everything that I had except for our tombstone soulbound items, unfortunately. You know, I died just right over here and I came back and it was gone. Oh wait, I'm just goofy. It's been here the whole time. Oh well. Oh well. And I did make a cool spell. I made like a bounce leap thing, so we can just bounce, and it's like a dash. It takes a bit, but if we eat our mana regen food, we're able to do it again much faster. And I think we should definitely make the Magebloom armor so that we get extra mana, because I'm really liking the Ars stuff. I've never really dove into it, so This is cool. I think next up on the list, we need to get Magebloom going and then set up probably just like a little farm for it. We can just bone meal it because we don't need much right now. Let's go ahead and let's do that. How do we make Magebloom seeds? We need Enchanting Apparatus, any seed, and 4 source gems. Grab that. We can't make very much, but and then let's just get some of that. We'll go ahead and go back and sleep real quick, and then we'll go make our seeds. So we can make 4 seeds. No, 3 seeds. I think we'll do that. Up that in there. We'll get our first seed. Oh, Lord. That was so close. Easy. Look, we got a little bit of bone meal for ourselves here. Go ahead and do that again. Then let's see. Ooh, ow. I always forget these are like a berry. But yeah, of course take damage. I died in here earlier trying to get a cinematic overview, and I kind of scrapped that idea because I was sick of losing my XP. Okay, we got our 3 seeds. We got our first Magebloom. Now, what do we do with this? Tablet of Overgrowth. Okay, so we could technically put a ritual brazier up here. We could put it on top of the source jar and then put that ritual in it, and then at all times this area would be getting bone mealed. But that would be nice because we could just swap a couple of these in. I'm wondering if later on in Create we have some crops we need to grow. I know there's a ton of food items in this, so would not be a bad thing to get into. But if we do this, we get Magebloom fiber. And then let's look at this. So we can put it on diamond or, oh, any of these. Iron even. I think we'll do it with diamond. I like the idea of doing it with diamond. Okay, we have acquired our Magebloom and our armor. Let's go ahead and let's set this all up. Oh, okay, great timing, guys. Great timing. Nice try, buddy. Throw it. Yeah. Yikes. I'm getting better with this shield. Just as I said, I need to farm some emeralds. Okay, what's that there? Ooh, we got our Battlemage's hood. So now let's go ahead and do our chest, our pants, and our boots. And you'll see as we spend this, I don't know if it costs any. It might. We'll have to look at these enchantments as well. Okay, we've got chest piece. We're gonna need to get some milk. I think I have some in my bag. Clear this. Okay, we got our legs. And then finally our boots. Sweet. Oh, look at us. We're like magic engineers with these goggles. Yeah. I love this. This is super cool. All right, now that we have our super cool looking purple gear and this awesome spell book, I think it would be smart if we went and we got Tombstone, Soulbound, and Mending put on everything we have. But for that, we need to get some XP. I'm gonna go AFK at the mob farm and hopefully make some trades with some villagers. So we've got all of our Battlemage gear. Now, first things first, we should probably make sure we've got 4 mending books as well. Let's hopefully be able to put all this on. So that's 2. I'm going to start with the Soulbound. Just enough. Now we've got Mending and Soulbound on these. Now we no longer lose our armor. Can we enchant this another way? No, there can't put anything on this. I think we should also maybe upgrade our spell book just to be safe. Quartz blocks and then 2 blaze rods, which we can go grab real quick. And then I'm gonna work on making a good spell. Okay, we got our second one. We can get out of here. Boom, Mage's spell book. I think that just about sums it up for this episode. We have got a ton done today. Luckily, we were able to kind of secure some things that I had lost in between last episode and now, and I'm happy with that. We dove into Ars Nouveau here, which has greatly benefited us because not only do we have some powerful gear, now we also have a really cool like bounce, like dash spell, and I'm really enjoying what this mod can kind of give us. So if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been supporting me and being patient. I was sick this last week and I'm back, and I'm back for good. So get ready for more. And remember, have a great rest of your day.